Meira Kumar, who was the cabinet minister in the Manmohan Singh government. Thank you, Ms. Meira Kumar, for joining me. And of course, first off, I would like to know from you, your experience with the interactions that you had with the former Prime Minister of the country. If you could share with us some anecdotes.
Thank you for inviting me to this show. I'll begin by paying my respectful homage to Dr. Manmohan Singh ji. I have known him for many, many years, much before he became a minister or the Prime Minister. We were neighbors, and our houses were side by side. I used to go to his house very often. He came to my house, and I learned a lot by this proximity, and what I learned has enriched me. When I met him, I found that he is a very rare and a very tall personality. Tall in what sense? Of course, he was an educationist and he was a great economist, and he had experience of administration. But more than that, I found that here is a person who is free from all kind of prejudices. We all have prejudices in our minds concerning religion, concerning caste, concerning the gender, concerning language, color. So many prejudices we have in our minds. Even the best of people I meet, I eventually discover that they suffer from prejudices. But throughout my long association with Dr. Manmohan Singh ji, I never found even the slightest trace of any kind of prejudice in him. So I always feel that having known him and interacted with him, I have been enriched, and I have the highest regards for him. And I was very fortunate that I served as a cabinet minister when he was the Prime Minister, and I had the benefit of learning from his experience and from his wisdom. And he told me, when I was the Minister for Social Justice and Empowerment, he told me that social justice is the soul of his government, that we should be able to work for the empowerment, for the respect and for the security of those who have been marginalized, like Dalits, backwards, people with disabilities, the senior citizens, the orphan children, and such like. Then only we truly are the government of India. India must set this example to the world. This sensitivity I found in him, which I admired. And when I was a speaker, you see, there is a very, very nice experience that I had with what he said. There is a tradition in Parliament that if there is something important to be discussed, the Prime Minister comes to the chamber of the Speaker. Speaker never goes to the office of the Prime Minister. So he rang me up one day and he said he's coming. So he came, we had the discussion, but I was rather uncomfortable because he's such a big personality, such a tall personality. I should be going to his office. So next time again when he wanted to come, I said, please don't come, I'm coming to your office. He said, no, I will come. Because this is the tradition, and it's a very healthy tradition, and we should abide by it. We should not end it. So I thought that yes, any tradition that we've had from the past which is healthy and which is good should be strengthened, and anything that we carry as a burden which is harmful, we should do away with it.
Yeah. Ms. Meira Kumar, talking about social justice, and you said that Manmohan Singh government was focused and ensured that social justice was the pivot for all the governance models that he had created in terms of policy making, and in conjunction with that, there is social welfare. Welfare for the poor and the downtrodden and the underprivileged, and there have been a number of policies, number of schemes that had been launched. When we talk about MGNREGA, we talk about right to education, the National Food Security Act. Do you think these were transformational decisions that were made by him, first as the finance minister, and of course taking forward the legacy and for the transformation of the country, and especially for the betterment of the poorer sections of the country, to ensure that the country grows as per the vision that he had envisioned for the country?
Well, so far as Dr. Manmohan Singh ji is concerned, we should remember his legacy, and the most revolutionary acts that he made, the right to education. He was an educationist, and he had risen so high in life because of his education. So he was very sensitive, and he said all those children who don't have the opportunity and the means to get educated but have the right to education. It was a great thinking, revolutionary, and the right to information. I mean, what a great and what a courageous step to say that you can ask us anything and we will disclose it. I mean, it requires a lot of courage and strength to enact such a law. And then, of course, MGNREGA. MGNREGA is something which is out of the world, because all this while we thought that let the economy flourish at the top, and the benefit of that will percolate to those to the bottom, to those who are very poor and deprived. So this theory of percolation existed for a long time. It was Manmohan Singh ji, the great economist, who said, yes, but the theory of percolation is all right, but we should also take steps to give direct benefits, reach out directly at the bottom and benefit the poor. So this MGNREGA again is something which will go down in history, and all this is what Manmohan Singh ji's legacy is, and so many other things that he did.
Yes, absolutely.
A very tall personality.
Absolutely. Talking about, you spoke about his legacy, and obviously we cannot talk about Manmohan Singh and then not mention about the liberalization, globalization, privatization revolution that he brought about as the finance minister back in 1991. Do you think this has laid the foundation stone of where India stands today, with being the largest major economy with the highest growth rate?
Yes, the greatness of Dr. Manmohan Singh ji, and his humility, his courtesy, his politeness, his strength of character. These are the things which we really require in our in the people who lead the nation. It's a great country which in which we live. It's a great democracy. And to be able to carry, and we have so many different religions, so many sects, so many languages, we are a very rich country that way, and to be able to carry them all together is really a challenge, and a personality like Manmohan Singh ji did it so very successfully.
You're right. Do you feel that there were some challenges that he also had to face as the Prime Minister, not just from the opposition parties in the country, but also from within the party internally, and how was he able to navigate these murky waters?
Yes, Manmohan Singh ji I must say, he was very detached. He was not really sticking to power. He was very, very detached person. He was indifferent. He really did cling to it. But he was working. he was working for the benefit of the country, within the country and in the world.
Yeah, absolutely. Talking about India's foreign policy, and he was at the forefront of it, talking about neighborhood first, which has also been a policy that has been carried forward, which has at this point of time progressed and become Act East policy. When we talk about building an association with the ASEAN nations, with our subcontinent, and also relationships that he held with George Bush when that US-India nuclear deal was signed, a historic moment in India's history. When we talk about his relationship with Barack Obama, where Barack Obama even mentions the benign nature, the character of Manmohan Singh, and he has praises, he has sung praises. So do you think Manmohan Singh was also a great diplomat for the country, as a representative of the country across the globe?
Yes, you see, he was, as I said, I've learnt a lot also from his foreign policies, his he, at one point our country was, the economy was at the brink of collapse, and he reversed the situation. He saved us from economic devastation, and he introduced the economic reforms from which we are benefiting today. So I can say so many things, various aspects. It was a multidimensional personality.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much, Meira Kumar.
And may I take this opportunity also to say that Srimati Singh, Srimati Gursharan Kaur ji was the strength behind him, and I want to say that in her moment of grief, I am with her.
Thank you so much, Meira Kumar, and we share your sentiment. The entire country shares your sentiment. Thank you very much for joining us. On that note, I slip into a short break. Thanks for watching Newsx.